Hello and welcome everyone into another cast of BFME II patch 1.09 version 2. Today it's going to be 2v2 on map Siryan. I'm really glad that we are seeing different maps than Forza Horizon, because Forza Horizon gives me exactly this. Alright, let's get into it. We got 4 players, lots of names to butcher. At the top side of the map is going to be Scorpion, playing as Dwarves, and his teammate it's going to be TAKEOVER, playing as Isengard. At the bottom we got Luigi, playing as Mordor, and Elven player Thorin. Thorin is going with Lorien. Well, we don't know yet, but that's going to be Lorien Archers, like 100%. And yeah, Guardians on the other side, and we'll see what's going to happen. But before that, let's check the map itself, because we're not seeing maps like that often. There's no signal fire, no outpost, nothing to take. Or I'm just blind. No creeps either. Jungle-like map without any creeps, but we got birds. So this is what it is for you. No quark packs, no links, nothing to creep. Forward mineshaft for the Dwarven player, as he's going to attack with Guardians, while Luigi decided to go for Tavern into the Orc pit, in order maybe to go for Orc Archers to do some damage towards Guardians, I think. On the other side we got Uruk-hais heading towards the Mordor base, and it's going to be double for sure. Guardians received the running call, and they are going to demolish the slaughterhouse for sure, maybe even receive level 2. Luigi pointed out to his teammate, which is really nice, that he needs help, and TAKEOVER reacts, trying to find a mineshaft. In the meantime, I think level 2 for Guardians, and another running call for the Elven side at this point, while Lorien Archers are going to deal with Guardians. Lorien Warriors are going to destroy the mineshaft as fast as possible, so Scorpion is not able to evacuate any units from this side. In the meantime, Uruk-hais are also dealing decent amount of damage. They could be on the shield formation, but nonetheless they destroy the Orc pit, receive level 2, and this is what they definitely should do. Some fire bombs over here. Not really impressive, to be honest, because they are got to stay, and actually they haven't been able to kill this entire battalion of Guardians on level 2 only. So bombs are not that effective, and also demobilize the Corsairs. Let's check the other side of the map, because this is important as well. As we can see, we got level 3 Corsairs, so they at least destroy 2 structures with the help of the Eye of Sauron, and force the Isengard player to go for something else. But it seems that he decided to go for another Uruk pit, and maybe he was thinking about harassing his opponent even more, while that's not going to happen. In the meantime, Elf player is also dealing some damage towards mineshaft, at least try to. Dwarf decided to go for Archer range instead of Forge Works, so we got delay battle wagons but faster axe throwers. Elfen player, as all of those Elfen players, is going for one barrack, because he got everything in this barrack except riders. He's doing pretty well defending his teammate, which is not that hard of a deal. Definitely when you're facing dwarves, they are maybe tanky, but they are really slow. And they are going to be on the offensive at the moment, dealing damage towards mineshafts and furnaces. Level 2 from this furnace, they will get away. And Uruk-hais are not the greatest choice if you're facing Corsairs that are way faster. Just go for crossbowmen and try to catch them with those arrows, maybe a bit. Battalion of Lorien Warriors has been catch and killed. This is really nice. Let's check the builder for our Dwarven player Scorpion. Is he going to be able to save it? Is he going to react with it? He doesn't seem to have resources to create a wall hub, but he will be able to save him, I think. Although he needs to micro a little bit, yeah, he'll be able to save it. In the meantime, Isengard is still dealing damage towards his opponent, the Mordor player. But Mordor is still trying to get himself more and more command points. Let's take a look at the amount of command points that Luigi got. It's 400 command points, 450 after this slaughterhouse, and his teammate, which is going to be our elfen player, Thorin. Thorin got 550 command points. He was untouched in this match so far, and he was able to mass a decent amount of units over here, but he's going towards his teammate while the opponent is heading towards his base. Let's check if there will be some Warg Riders on the side of Isengard. No, it doesn't. Seems like Isengard is still sticking with infantry units. For him, it's 500 command points, so it's pretty decent still. But the elf is getting scarier. He can definitely deal a decent amount of damage later on. We got also Legolas on the battlefield against battle wagons and everything else except except Gimli. Gimli can actually one-shot this Legolas like no one's business. Sneaky mineshaft that has been found by Luigi. Luigi also beacon his teammate that he got to be careful and deal with it. Hot strike been used towards axe throwers. Axe thrower has been killed, and a couple of them are going to be one-shot by Legolas at the moment. Let's check the other side. In the meantime, Isengard is still trying to imply pressure, but it's going to get tougher and tougher for him to do. Lots of Corsairs, some Orcs. It's not looking that great for him. The early harassment was good, but this is what happened in the early harassment. And after the early harassment finished, it's going to be harder and harder for him to deal a decent amount of damage. And no shield formation used yet for the Isengard player, which is weird, but he was let go. He was allowed to deal more and more damage towards the opponent. Another slaughterhouse is going down, and more Uruk-hais on the battlefield. But definitely, elfen player would like to have something more than just Corsairs to deal with guardians, maybe some trolls or even Nazgûl to debuff the units. Isengard in the meantime forcing his opponent to go for barricade and also dealing more and more damage towards his opponent, which shouldn't happen while you get a decent amount of Corsairs, but outmaneuver of the opponent was pretty decent. We got 10 power points barricade for Luigi over here to defend himself, and that calls time and allows time for takeover to go for something else. We can see that there are work pets, there will be a siege work, and he got more and more units on the battlefield. In the meantime, his teammate is doing fairly well. Consider that he's facing ahead with the elephant player. He's doing fairly well. 600 command points to his name, 8 power points for him as well. Destroying some mallow trees, dealing damage. Elfen player is pushing the Isengard player at the moment with 2 battalions of Elfen archers and Legolas. It's my backfire when he realized that there are Warg Riders on the battlefield. That's the first time that we can see Warg Riders in this game. Legolas is on his own. Warg Riders are not going to catch, well, they are going to catch the Lord Warriors and kill them, almost entire battalion, except Bane carry. There was also hot strike that almost allows the elfen hero to escape, but that does not happen. More and more guardians on the battlefield. Guardians got themselves run call on them, so they're dealing decent amount of damage. This is why the Nazgûl could be helpful with Dread Visage, but that's not going to happen. We got Gloin on the battlefield, 10 power points after the rally call. It means only one thing, it means Hobbit Alliance, or maybe in this case it could be really beneficial for the elf against dwarf. It may be Man of Day. Gloin on the battlefield trying to deal damage, but there are lots and lots of archers, 2 battalions at the moment, a couple of Loring Warriors. Those Loring Warriors are doing decent amount of damage. We can see in the devastation being used and stun all those units for a moment, which was nice. Summon of Man of Day. This is the nice choice. It could be used over here to deal damage towards those two battalions. Really well established battalions on level 5 and almost level 5, level 4.5. But that's okay, it will force the opponent to get away and move back. On the other side we got Lures on the battlefield, Lures still on level 1 only. We can see that Takeover is going for Siege Words on level 2 himself. Thorin pointed out to his teammate that he got to be careful with these level 5 archers. And we got Haldir on the battlefield from Thorin's side. Also he is going to create a Mirror of Galadriel to heal his units and his teammates' units. In the meantime, Mordor player decided to chill out a bit and maybe invest resources in the heroes. This is the time that you wish to have heroes. In the meantime as well, the Isengard player goes for Siege Works level 2 and get access to Ballista in order maybe to take down this barricade or the fortress itself later on. We got Elrond on the battlefield. This is nice for the Elven player, but he could definitely invest those resources into upgrades, for example for units. But maybe he realized and he knew that he got advantage overall in the game against this dwarven opponent, and that he can go for hero combo. Rank has been used on axe throwers. Glowing on level 4. Let's see if Elven player possesses heal or enough power points for heal. Yes, he got enough power points for heal. It's going to be used Atalas at the moment. There is a beacon also, there is a ballista, but let's check the Elven player over here. Losing units, was forced to use a heal. Only thing that remains for this player are those heroes, to be honest, and 3 battalions. Nice defense for the Dwarven player with heroic statue, which gives him the amount of decent amount of armor, not enough of course to tank the arrow volley. And Legolas is still trying to get himself more and more level up. This is what you are looking for with those heroes. Another hook strike. I'm looking at the Dwarven player at the moment because I want to know if he's going to do something with the amount of resources that he possessed. It seems that Glóin been killed by those heroes, by Elrond and Haldir at the moment. And he's still trying to camp himself over here, trying to stay alive. In the meantime, his teammate was trying to deal as much damage as possible, and that was nice. Lots of archers been killed over here. Also Ballista dealing damage to the barricade that was forced by Luigi. But I think the Elven player got a decent amount of advantage over the Dwarven one. And Dwarven player doesn't possess King Dain, doesn't possess Glóin and Gimli yet, so that's maybe hard for him to withstand the army of elves. And also it will allow elf to go to the teammates base and help him. As we can see, the killing instinct, Luigi may lost his fortress, so it's going to be almost here to lose the fortress. There is a Nazgul on the battlefield. Nazgul is on level 1. Lures, which I cannot see, and of course it forced the Ballista to move out, is on level 4. He can of course cripple one of the opponent's heroes, but the other one is going to fight here level 3 at the moment, which means leadership for the almighty Elrond. Carnage is going to be used, and Lurs is going too far away from his army. You got to be stuck with the army. You need to stack your hero with the army. And now I think it's late. He can cripple one of those heroes. But is it going to be enough? The fortress may go down. Let's see if it's going to happen. Yes, last shot was allowing the Isengard player to destroy his opponent's fortress, but in process of doing so he lost quite a lot of units. Haldir is going to be sniped at the moment by Lurs at the moment, 5.5 power points, and it will force the remnants of the Elfen forces to get away. At the same time, Elf is still fighting with a Dwarven player. Dwarf player recreate Glóin, but there is no Gimli on the battlefield, not King Dane. So that's going to be really hard to do anything. Elrond is coming back onto the battlefield, level 7 for the Legolas at the moment. Summon Watcher, really nice. Another arrow volley, lots of units are going to be killed. And stun for the units. Heal was used by the Elven player, trying to heal all the remnants of the army. Elrond will get away. Or maybe he's going to be punched again by the Watcher. And maybe killed, if only... Yeah, if only the Dwarven player realized, and he is. So Elrond may be killed. Let's see if the Atlas is going to be used in place. Now it's going to be too late, and Elrond has been defeated by the Watcher, to be honest. Nice combination, nice job by TAKEOVER, trying to aid his teammate. There will be a fortress cancellation out of the Mordor player. Also the Nazgul being killed in the meantime by pikes. Almost level 5 for Wurs at the moment. Couple of crossbowmen, more and more ballista spikes, and the crossbowmen are getting into the battlefield. And Elf cannot move and aid his teammate because he may be killed in the same time. If he's going to do it, Elf and Wood is going to be used. Almost never seen. I haven't seen, to be honest, Elven players using Wood. Elf and Wood, to be honest. But in 2v2 maybe it's helpful. And Lures on level 5 with his leadership, 50% of damage. 3 ballistas over here dealing damage towards the structures. Also really good for the TAKEOVER to take over the Mordor space. In the meantime, still producing more units, get himself industry at this point. Industry devastation, this is what I like to see. Really economical build order. He may aid his teammate not only with forces in this point, but with resources as well. Let's check the amount of resources that and power points that Scorpion possessed. Dwarven reaches a really important power point. 350% from gaining resources from structure that have been used over here. 100 for resources per tick, so this is really good, really nice. And well protected, to be honest, by the archer range on level 3. Man of Day will be summoned. Legolas is moving forward and maybe sniped and killed. Got to be really careful about it. And ballistas are moving towards the fortress of both the players, because in the meantime Mordor is trying to recreate his fortress. We'll see how it's going to be. There is Elrond back on the battlefield with Haldir. Tower expansion has been taken down, but he should definitely first take down the Mallow tree. It's standing over here. Nice hot strike, killing Lures. Heal was used. The Mallow tree been taken down, and now fortress is taking a little bit of damage, not that big of the deal. But the Dwarven player at the same time is moving on. We can hear the King Dane on the battlefield, and there's 5,000 resources for the Elven player. And there is no way that he's going to spend everything on his own. He may definitely help his teammate with it. And I don't know why, but I cannot see the forge works for the Dwarven player in order to destroy just those fortresses. Level 10 for the Legolas. It seems our wind has been in place over here, dealing decent amount of damage, getting lots and lots of power points out of this. It's like 2 versus 1 at the moment, I got to say it. Elven player is trying to do everything on his own. Let's check the other players. Luigi is trying to recover 2000 resources to his name. He got fortress back, but all the production buildings and all the resource buildings may be taken down. Elven player is using the End Summon to take down the fortress of Dwarven player. Dwarf should be aware of this. TAKEOVER pin him and given the signal that there is a problem that they need to deal with as fast as possible. He got also 10 power points for the rebuild that's going to be in place. Saruman is on the battlefield, and definitely he should be here helping, or at least try to help in this fortress survival. Let's see, the fortress is going to go down. War Chant is going to be used to make them fight faster and kill those units faster. Takeover also gives his teammate another beacon to just take them down, to move those units, so they will not be in fear, and that worked out perfectly. Good teamwork over here. Fortress is still standing, but at the same time Gloin is going to be taken down, Elrond is going to receive level 6, and Luigi is getting back in his game with level 5 Nazgul. Power points at the moment for the Elfen player, and he may go for the Sampler. We'll see if his build or other power points probably is a little bit different that I would do at this point, but maybe in 2v2, as I said before, it may work out fairly good. Legolas is over here, low in health, receive heal, Knight's Fighter to be tankier. But there are 2 ballistas again. And we got still Elrond. Elrond is trying to receive level 10 at the moment with restoration. He got Wheat Fright. But it's not going to be in use if there will be no tons of units.
We bring spears from Midland. Watch out!
We got Mirkwood Archers on the battlefield also for the Elfen player. And Awakened Worm for his Mordor teammate. We can't count out the Mordor yet, but he should definitely use the barricade as fast as possible to make it recover as fast as possible also. Lure is back on the battlefield, upgrades, or rather armory is on the way also. And Dwarf decided to go for catapults at the moment. He realized that it maybe benefits him in this game. King Dane level 2 at the moment. Not that big of the deal without an army. Elfen player on his own, dealing damage, taking down Crabines in order to deal as much damage towards Saruman as possible. Nice blasts over here from the catapult and blast as well from Saruman, but he'll be taken down. Although I got to be honest, it may be it could be worse than that. Oh, there is Lurs. He's on his own, and lots of ballistas are going to be taken down. The wind is going to take him down, waste his timer, and Takeover decided to get away. Level 7 Elrond at the moment. But it should force the hand for Scorpion to move forward to deal as much damage as possible at this point. We can see Taurus expansions over here in order to take down the siege works. And he'll be able to definitely do Awakened Worm to help his teammate as his fortress is in danger. And oh, let's see. Here we go. Catapult been taken down, and a couple of units in the meantime also. But the main objective, catapults, are the most important thing at the moment. Another arrow wind used by the Legolas, and we got Witch King on the battlefield. Instead of units, we'll see all the heroes in this game. Man of Dale summon. Not really useful here, while your opponent got Nazgul nearby. White Dawn summon in order to take down Luigi's barricade. So that was heavy investment if you were going to use White Dawn with War Chant to take it down. Here we go with Gimli on the battlefield, but Worm will disappear. Legolas, Haldir, Elrond, they are still in good shape, they still may deal damage, which is actually happening over here. Legolas cannot level up, of course, but he may give the Elven player more and more power points. As we can see now, he got Eagle Alliance and 5 power points already to his name. Upgraded fortress, and maybe he may go for upgrades himself because he got 3000 resources. It's definitely worth it to do something with it. In the meantime, Isengard is trying to deal some damage with Westwind Dunland and go towards his teammate to aid him in his conquest. Almost another end summon, to be honest, for the Elfen player, so that may be hard. But we got already water available for the Isengard player, and all the units are going to fly at the moment. Not mentioning the heroes, so they got to get away as fast as possible to not get punched like Elrond at the moment. And he may be killed if only Scorpion realized that there is a hero. Eagle summon for the fans, but I think they will be just taking care of the ballistas. Elrond low in health, but also Gimli was low in health and he's going to be killed. And Elrond may still be alive. Yeah, he is alive. He's trying to stay alive. We can see that there is Sauron back on the battlefield, and those big eagles, giant eagles, destroying or they're killing all those ballistas that are coming their way to trying to stay alive. I don't think so that there was necessary devastation. We got Hobbit Alliance out of the Elven Fire at the moment, and then the wind being used to push a little back those units. Heal also in order to heal Elrond. And let's hope that Witch King will receive level 2. Without all those buffs, this is really important. Cripple been used by the lures at the moment, and I think the Witch King may be killed fairly quick. But of course the entire army needs to help him and Takeover. Takeover is asking his teammate for help in order to kill the hero, but it's already too late, and it's really sad. He could definitely do it with the help of his teammate easily. Palantir been used to increase the speed of lures, but he needs to retreat faster. We got also Trandwil on the battlefield, and lures is going down. So lots of heroes, especially from the Elfen side. He's going for tons and tons of heroes in order to get the funnest power points available for him. Now let's check how the other side and Isengard base is doing. He's losing quite a lot of furnaces at the moment. Lowering the economic potential of the Isengard is also really good. Bombardment used by the Dwarven player in order to do as much damage as possible, and Dwarf is tough. Dwarf is standing here with his leaderships, 3 of them at this point, and doing fairly well for himself. Knockdown of Haldir, it was horrible. We got also Mighty Rage, so if only this little Witch King is going to go down, and still again Scorpion is not caring about his heroes and allows the Gimli to go on his own, which is not the greatest idea. He got a heal at least, so he could heal his hero if it's going to be necessary. Nonetheless, the almighty Witch King was pushed back, but Legolas is still trying to deal damage. I think the Gimli is going to heal up. Are there going to be more catapults? Maybe with fire stones? Doesn't seem like. Isengard also got to recover himself at the moment. He got, of course, Industry, he got Devastation, but he lost quite a lot of slot furnaces at the same time. 25 power points for the Elven player, which means float, to be honest. I don't think so. That's good. Maybe a sunflower, but no, that's going to be a float ability. Weapon down and summon, arrow volley on top of them to kill them as fast as possible. And Tar's expansion is going to be taken down by the Treebeer. We got all the heroes fighting. Hero army is here, and here we go. Really nice flood, but we definitely, Elrond definitely needs a heal, and those heroes will be forced to retreat. Not yet level 5, not yet Slayer available. Hot Strike is going to be used, heal as well, to heal up Elrond, and Elrond killing the fellow guy from the Fellowship in the Ring. Gimli has been killed, a little bit Arrowwind, I mean the white one, the Tornado. Arrowwind is not yet available, but I think King's Dane is moving forward. Deadeye is going to be used, and I think it may be the end for our king over here, and it indeed happened. Also, Thranduil is leveling up by himself, and on the other side we completely missed this, but I think the combo of ants and worm, that was what took down the fortress of the Isengard, and also a little bit of help of Witch King.
We bring swords from Lorien. We come from the woodland
It doesn't
realm.
seem like Isengard was ready for it, and he doesn't have resources. He got only this barrack, and yeah, he's going to be defeated. So Dwarf withstand, but he wasn't able to push back and destroy the Elven player. Elven player done incredible in this game. Lots of power points, lots of heroes. Really well played by him defensively, but also trying to deal